The China-Vietnam row over the deployment of Chinese oil rig in the disputed South China Sea escalated on Tuesday as their naval vessels had a confrontation, leading to partial sinking of a Vietnamese ship. Ships of the two navies were locked in two separate confrontations near a controversial South China Sea oil rig on Sunday, the Hong Kong-based South China Morning Post quoted a China National Radio's military channel as saying on Tuesday. While China continues to send maritime security vessels to the disputed South China Sea, the state-run Vietnam news agency reported that the Vietnamese government has been calling for the removal of the Chinese oil platform Haiyangshu 981 from the waters of the disputed Paracel Islands on May 31. Phung Quang Van, the Vietnamese defense minister, had a meeting with his Japanese counterpart Itsunori Onodera on June 1 at the 13th Shangri-La Dialogue held in Singapore, according to the Tokyo-based Kyodo News. Onodera expressed concern over Chinese maritime expansion after the sinking of a Vietnamese fishing boat near the Paracel Islands, which are claimed by China and Vietnam as well as Taiwan, on May 26. Onodera suggested China resolve its dispute with Vietnam through dialogue instead of force. Phung said Vietnam will seek help from the United States and Japan to find a peaceful resolution to its standoff with China around the platform. Interviewed by Bloomberg, Prime Minister Nguyen Thanh Dung said Vietnam will turn to the International Court of Justice to demand China to remove the rig.
Vietnam will use all possible peaceful measures to defend and protect our sacred sovereignty over the sea, including legal actions.
Nguyen encouraged the United States to contribute more in bringing stability back to East Asia. A direct confrontation between China and Vietnam would cause an economic crisis for Vietnam. It said that China has been Vietnam's largest trade partner for 10 years. However, Nguyen said Vietnam will not sacrifice the sovereignty of its territorial waters to China at any cost. If necessary, Nguyen said, Vietnam will consider cooperating with the Philippines in the South China Sea. The Prime Minister said Vietnam is also planning military action if China refuses to remove the rig from the Paracels. If the standoff near Haiyangshu 981 escalates into war, Nguyen said that the entire maritime communication line of the South China Sea will be shut down by the People's Navy of Vietnam, which will affect the economy of every nation in the world. Rather than this outcome, Nguyen urged the international community to put more pressure on China.
About two-thirds of global marine trade is transported through this marine route on the EC, so any irresponsible action that triggers a clash here will interrupt this huge global trade flow.